I'm Aurore. You're watching Sky Captain 5.
This is Cyberpunk 2077. We're back here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So in the first video, I kind of took a look at the main world of Cyberpunk, and I thought it would be a great idea to take a look at specifically Phantom Liberty, which is the big expansion that offers us a whole new area, which is Dogtown. And that was an area that was pretty demanding for the consoles, the PlayStation 5 and also the Series X. And I didn't have it available on the PlayStation prior, and now I have remedied that. So we can jump in and kind of take a look at it and talk about what this, well, basically expansion area has to offer for the PlayStation 5 Pro. And, you know, it's always nice to get a little dance in before you go out and show the world what you got going on, if you know what I'm saying, all Cyberpunk-like. Alright, so we're on the performance mode for now, but we're going to switch over and show off the other mode. But the biggest thing was this was an area that was very technically kind of demanding, and with the overhead here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, it is running a lot better. And also the visual quality of the experience is looking a lot sharper. The magic of resolution scaling, dynamic resolution scaling, and just having overhead hardware kind of available to make sure that the area is basically maxing out more of its full potential, which is fantastic. So we're going to be running around the area, taking out people, doing stuff, and let's switch over to the ray tracing mode to talk about that. So HDR across the board, you know, if you got the HDR going on. So this is the ray traced mode, which is basically your like quality mode, even though it's lower quality. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's a 1440p at 30 FPS with the ray traced shadows. And honestly, like, I don't really get the point of this mode. I am hoping that CD Projekt Red comes with a bit of a surprise PS5 Pro enhancement. That would be great to really push this further. But yeah, this mode looks good, but it's basically going to be the same as it was on the PlayStation 5. If there were any drops, they'll be cleaned up, and then you get the ray trace shadows, and I don't know, really, it doesn't do much for me, but, you know, it's an option, some people like it. And then we have performance mode. So performance mode is where we get the biggest improvements to this area, and some areas a little, yeah, but it is a lot better running than it was. Especially if you've played this prior, I think you'll be kind of, hit by a car. In awe a little bit of the actual smooth out performance in this area, because it is really, really demanding. So let's dive in and talk about it. So performance mode is a dynamic 1800p, but we're actually getting a lot closer to that actual 1800p mark for resolution, which is fantastic. And it is at 60 FPS. So, kind of beforehand on the PlayStation 5, you would see like resolution drops to like 1500-ish p, little lower, depending on the situation. Dogtown was particularly like demanding, especially with like frame rate drops, this area. And now we're getting a lot closer to the full 1800 in almost all situations there should be. And getting like 60 FPS. Almost all the time here, which is fantastic. And we're just doing a little bit of a crazy area test, as this spot is, because it's just, you know, lots of explosions going on and things to kill and madness to have happen. I thought you could rip these things turret-wise. Or am I thinking of a different area? Or maybe there's a turret on the wall I usually rip off when I kill these guys. Because this area is just like, the main street for this area is typically the stress point for Cyberpunk. And then adding on all this like kind of mayhem just makes it a little crazier. With those trigger things that are kind of annoying that like push back against me shooting things, it makes it a lot harder to kind of kill enemies, just throwing it out there. What are those, the adaptive triggers or whatever they're called? As you can see, the clarity keeps up and the frame rate keeps up. despite all the chaos and the madness going on here. There's actually a lot of NPCs around here. But I mean, like, really actually dense crowds, which is fantastic. So this area is really, really cool. It's sort of, you know, like Pacifica was supposed to be a big luxury area in the world of Night City. And this was equivalently going to be like a Vegas Strip of sorts, like in regards to casino stuff and, you know, kind of like these really intense, cool locations filled with just vibrant, colorful spots. And that's the kind of vibe you get here. Except in a destroyed, kind of dystopian way where nothing worked out properly and everything kind of fell apart. Which is kind of expected. Oh, ammo. It's also cool because I get to use my proper character from my Xbox side of things. I literally had to, like, put the game... See, don't I look like a mean fighting machine? I had to put the game on the Xbox. I had to get it, like, on the main storage. Then I had to do the cloud setup, and then I had to move the cloud setup over, and then I had to wait an extremely long time while my save generated on the PlayStation side of things, but totally worth it to have, well, actually completion for Dogtown, right? On the PlayStation side of things. Hello there. Anyways, I love this area. If you have not played Phantom Liberty, it is phenomenal. It is a must-play expansion to Cyberpunk. I actually don't feel that you get the full game of Cyberpunk unless you actually play the expansion, because you're missing out on like a huge chunk of narrative and story that like weaves into the main game. You get some incredible new performances, Songbird, great interview on the channel by the way, and then you of course get Elba there as well as this mysterious sort of agent guy, and you get to make all these intense emotional choices, and it's really great, honestly. Like, I was pretty blown away by this expansion. I think it's a lot of fun, and you're kind of, I get all my cars. You're kind of missing out on a very, very important part of the experience by not diving in and playing this expansion for the game. I think you really will genuinely be blown away by the lengthy narrative, the engaging story content, the new missions, the way it weaves into the main story of Cyberpunk 2077, actually extends and expands upon the game's endings in many exciting ways, introducing new ways for everything to finish up. It really is like a must-have part of Cyberpunk. And I think it sort of showcases, too, that we seriously missed out on not getting more expansions for Cyberpunk, because this thing is, like, pretty phenomenal. The performances, the characters, everything here was absolutely fantastic. I really genuinely love this. Oh yeah, I was trying to get that stupid sniper achievement. That's why I don't have, like, a katana. That's so funny. Or, well, I guess it's a trophy on PlayStation, but on Xbox achievements, you know, I was trying to get that. And that's why I have a sniper instead of what I would normally have is a big katana that you can wail on people with. But yeah, you get this, like, just beautifully neon-soaked area that's got, like, these casino vibes, and you get to go on these cool agent-like, secret agent kind of missions, and Aurora 2, really cool character that's, like, a bit of an intrigue, and everything like that, and you know, kind of like fun undercover things, and just really, really good. Like, the expansion here, I think, will blow your mind if you've never played it. And then here on the PS5 Pro, you're getting, like, enough overhead where it is actually, like, running smoothly and looking fantastic. So I think you'll be kind of blown away by that element of it. Like, this is a much, much better way to experience this expansion. Nice to have an excuse to jump back into this and keep playing it, because I really do love the whole cyberpunk flow of it. You know, the game in general. I mean, cyberpunk is a genre I always find fascinating. Bum, 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 bum. You get these, like, just busy areas, too. See, isn't this a world you just want to dive immediately back into? You know, sequel-wise, I hope it's... I know it's probably a long ways down the road, but I hope it's coming sooner than later, because, yeah, this is just like a breathtaking set of locations that you get to visit in this game. It really, like, this game just blows my mind from, like, design and aesthetic standpoints, and like the way they introduce you to like the characters and stuff in this expansion too, and it's just kind of like they call you in and you go and you get to visit this like massive place and see all these cool things. It really is, to me, quite like just something truly special. And from a map perspective, if you're not aware of where we are, we're just in like this new tucked in area of Pacifica here. Like usually you can go to this part of this is Pacifica in the main game, and then this is like a whole new back chunk of it. And it just like fits nicely right into the middle of the map and stuff like that. It's genuinely quite amazing. You should... I don't know, I think I've been kind of getting that across. You should play this. Like, you're missing out on one of the best expansions ever for like a video game. I mean, CD Projekt Red always does that kind of stuff, but genuinely they did something crazy here, and I think you will like absolutely be floored by what this has to offer gameplay wise. And it just runs so much better. I think you still see like the odd I think it's more like a load stutter than anything, but they've just really smooths it out beautifully for performance mode. So you get like a great resolution here, and then on top of that you get like a smooth frame rate. That's the dream for Dogtown. Because yeah, I think this one is pretty well known as being an area that is a lot more technically demanding. Who keeps oh, you are the problem, right? You are a problem for me, and I will end your life. Why is this action blocked? That doesn't do anything for me. I also love when the night comes into this area because it's so mysterious. Can I kind of short circuit this or something? I thought that would kind of cause some damage or anything, but yeah, not really. Anyways, time to make out like a bandit and actually get into my bandit car. Which is no longer waiting for me? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There's another area of town I want to showcase too. I'm trying to give you the full Dogtown visit, well, hidden sights, blowing up some enemies. You know, giving you a full idea of how this is running. There's like an upper area, which typically isn't too demanding on performance, but looks cool. But then there's also like the shanty town, which is a little bit more demanding. Yeah, I guess you could pretty much call it a shanty town. I just love it too, because like the streets in this area just got so much character and design to them. Like the art direction in general for this game is phenomenal. Yeah, one of the better achievements in gaming. You still get the FSR implementation though, where it looks like fuzzy stuff around here, and that's why I'm saying like getting a PS5 Pro enhanced version of this with like pisser tech would be pretty great. Needless to say, that would certainly be appreciated. I would, yeah, kind of put in there. I think it could make a massive difference. Like this already looks way better, and then I'm just imagining that extra little bit of a push, and we'd be getting something that is truly quite spectacle. I want to get in here with my car. Guess I'm not allowed to. What a shocker. But this place too, this one's pretty infamous for having like bad performance around here, and I think the results of this lovely town kind of speak for themselves. Oh, hello there. I didn't think you'd have such strikingly beautiful eyes. I'm not gonna kill you just because I'm a little awestruck. I could use a drink. It's been a long day. It ain't easy. There's not even water coming out of that. Did you just pretend to fill my drink?
How'd someone like you end up here?
My owner bought me from some junk dealers. Revamped, programmed, and finally
I love Cyberpunk so much. I do a video showcasing the main game, if you've never seen that one, so that's a really good showcase of the main game. But I really thought it was worthwhile to come back to, like, you know, Dogtown and take a look at it.
Your programming sounds ancient.
No, you get what you get. Thanks for the drink there. Yeah, so I literally reached out about it, and they're like, oh yeah, totally, come in. And I was like, awesome. And then, yeah, I was able to come in here and showcase this, and yeah, it's fantastic. You know, it's been a real pleasure, like, having excuses to come in and play Cyberpunk and talk about Cyberpunk and showcase the different parts of Cyberpunk over the years. I've played quite a lot of this. I think this is my largest save, which, if I'm not mistaken, is getting to, like, let's see, 80 hours of gameplay on one save, and I've been through this game a couple times. And you know, with the amount of stuff I, like, work on and review, it's amazing to honestly have the time to sit here and do this much time for this game, but I have loved, like, every single moment of it. Cyberpunk has been, like, a true pleasure of mine over the years. I would say this game really has, for me, been something that I really love, and that's why any chance I get to kind of have an excuse to dive in and play a little bit more of it, I sort of take that that opportunity. So we kind of want to go over here to that area. So I think there's the fast travel to my left, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's, like, above me. There's, like, an apartments building you go to. It's a whole base of operations, and the way you get called in to do your stuff in this, it all makes a lot of sense if you've I played this one. Oh, it's down here. Don't worry, it's just flesh and bones. Everything else has been upgraded. Actually, what is this for? What are you? Download operational data. Is there more stuff for me to do? Let's see. Oh, okay, never mind. Just more relic point stuff. For a second there, I thought I was getting a whole new juicy experience to go a little bit further with, but no, I guess not. You get what you get. Regardless, the biggest single takeaway is this is running smooth now. It's looking fantastic. If you've never played this expansion, you will be floored by the magic of what this has to offer with you, and you will have a whole fun, new, expansive Cyberpunk experience to sink your teeth into. The story is really, really excellent. The characters are fantastic. The new location is great. There's lots of side quests, side activities, missions, and things for you to dive into. I think you will be blown away by this, and the new characters you get to interact with, the new things you get to see, the things you get to do. It's a lot of fun, and it really is just, like, such a special and well-developed game, and little new gang hideouts and stuff, and I hope that this continues to be the quality of Cyberpunk. Like, if they released a big expansion like this every year until the end of time, I would just be so floored. Like, just doing little standalone Cyberpunk games like this in new places and things would be so exciting to me. But, yeah, I guess we just have to wait a while until that new Cyberpunk comes down the road. But if they do a big, you know, current-gen upgrade with Pisser, I will 100% be back in taking a look at this. I will probably be even more floored than I am now. But, yeah, this is a very, very good-looking game. It's nice to have Dogtown running so smooth on the consoles now. That is genuinely improvement that they didn't even have to do, and it's just the overhead of the console doing it for them, which is fantastic.